Right, by the way, hopefully we found a lot of few things already. So in that case, there is something going on with our missions. So we call it our specific mission. So physically, we're making our plans for a specific mission. All we need to do is we have found our activities. So our activities in our minds for peaceful minds. So we have a lot of few things already. So here we are now. We just admit it to. We just admit it for where we were doing it all the time. So there is a new place that we have been here for start. So we now know this is going to be a problems that we needed to inspire with. So we have to find a way to get into this place. But although we have a lot of few things already, things might never changed all the time. But we get into that particular point where we are doing. So we have an issue that we've just been impacted from the other employment, well, the employee, maybe something like that for a reason. So I don't know whatsoever. Our plan is right here, but we get to know what we are going to do. After this point, we do really have to apologize for the many reasons, many other reasons that we ever seen, like mindful or peaceful. Oh well, never changed for a while for whole days, didn't we? Hopefully we can get ourselves in mind to giving it to the rewards of the inspired ways to protect. But we do not have to protect anything at all. So though, it is because we haven't get in our minds to continue. But as we all know, we get to know where we were. So then we have to say that we know we can get to know what we are gonna do. We never found out. We have a lot of few things to taking care of one of these people. Because I don't think any other people who gets away from it. I knew this is gonna happen when it's done. So by the way, as we wish for, we're getting into this step point of where all these people who may not give any of these permissions, who gets away from them, it never belongs to them. So I understand what things might never happen when it's done. And yeah. Well, I get to that at some point. So though, if it wasn't a legalization, that could have been a cause for one day, one after. So what are you going to say? I think we should say we're just having a particular specific mission. Though, if we not going to do anything as we speak, so who was that supposed to mean? So, well, we specifically having things up or anything, so we just made our things aparted. For some reason, I do really think we were just making our ways to order or any other orders. So though it wasn't. So we had a deal that we never seen in our lives, but you know, there isn't any entry point where all these people were doing. They haven't speak well as they wish. So we have to make our ways to difference. But any differences between all of these people who gets into their places where they were. So I now know this is going to be so difficult. So though it couldn't be happening less unfortunate. Well, there is an unfortunate problems, so I'm gonna get into that particular point where we all were, but not just saying that we all doing it as we speak. You know, just taking our lives to protecting our environment, not to taking care as they were sweating a lot, but though it won't never change at all. So yeah, just not to quick mention all the time about why all these people were doing it or why not. It's because we can do anything what we are doing, just like what we were do. Whether it is what it is. Well, it is what it is. You know what that means, do you? Nope, not quite. You know what it is? It is what it is. Well, if you know how, well, for no reason. If there's no reason about it is what it is, but that doesn't sound peculiar or sound particular to you. So I hope that if there's any more particular enough to, you better keep yourself frustrated, but not do with things a lot. But a lot more than people who gets the ways to doing it. You know, nothing happens. But if you get to that point, we'll get to know where we all were. So, hopefully we should get into this place what we all were doing. But I now know this is absolutely painful if we get into this place where we all were, or not too intimidating everybody who gets away when we just getting to that point. You didn't notice, huh? But for now on, hopefully we should get our minds up, but never to be otherwise occupied. Well, in this case, we have to solve our problems as we're waiting to be lost and found, or any other particulars. So what do they have to say if all these people were saying us doing a lot of few things like that? How does it feel? Feels a lot of few confused. I found it difficult than I am, but nothing serious. They don't deserve what they do. But if they put him into the step, we should do what we have to do. So we can do it in our ways to impact in our zones. So we can get into that particular. But we didn't know what we were going to do, right? Didn't we? Yeah, but as we all know, if we get into this point, it'll be no time for getting out of this bird, no frustrating. But it can be frustrated, but we can't just do anything for long. Long ways to get into this particular distance. So I hope that anyone else who gets away from any of the majors, but for any other size problems, or else I don't speak, you know, bring everything what they need. So our specific missions is we get into that particular point where all these people who gets away from the other any specific. So although it'll be the best way to get in, we get into this point, we can do this a lot. Understand that? Yeah. I thought so. So eventually we can either have a get into this over a date, but if we do, we will lose not the times as we wish for. We can speak about it right now.